Hello, I have our flower moon blessing. So I thought I would start off by actually showing you the blessing itself written. And the reason being is because I actually started out with runes and then we fleshed it out. So, as new life opens, we see new bloom and growth. Calm and happiness settle on us. We give strength to introspection. Time for rest has passed. Self reflection delights and grows. Movement uncovers self worth. Happiness guides us down the path of growth. As new life opens, we see new bloom and growth. Calm and happiness settle on us. We give strength to introspection. Time for rest has passed. Self reflection delights and grows. Movement uncovers self worth. Happiness guides us down the path of growth. Okay. So the fun thing is that, like I said, we started out with runes. So I pulled runes for each line. And then from there, picked out the words, um, the channeled the meaning of each rune, and then from there picked out the words to be able to create this blessing. So it was a really fun way to do it, kind of different. It's not a way that we typically write our blessing, but I supported it. It was made it less time consuming than some of the other ways we do it. Now I'm going to go ahead and write out the runes for you so that you can see them written. So we're going to start out with Urus, which is new life, Gibo, which is appreciation, Sol, which is good health, Ilhas, which is be open. The second line, it really depends on what alphabet you're using to the way that the Ingwas looks. But that's calm. Then we have Dags, which is powerful rune. We have Pertho, which is be happy. And then Iwas, which is self knowledge. For the third line, we have Ingwas, which is leisurely. We have Iwas, which is self knowledge. We have Kanaz, which is time for action. And then we have Pertho, which is be happy. For the fourth line, I did pick 4 runes, but one was blank. So we only needed 3 runes for this. So it's Kanaz, time for action. We have Elhas, which is be open, and Gibo, which is appreciation. For the fourth line, we have Laguz, which is guidance. We have Pertho, which is be happy. We have Iwas, which is right path. And then Kanaz, which is time for action. So we started out with the runes, and I channeled each meaning because they do have multiple meanings, or they could be a letter of the alphabet. And then from there, fleshed out the blessing. Now, for the herbs that we're going to be burning, you're going to start with 91% proof isopropyl alcohol. You're going to add 1/2 teaspoon of elderflower, 1/2 teaspoon of roses, 1/2 teaspoon of cloves, 1/2 teaspoon of sage, and 1/2 teaspoon of dried orange peels. Now, when I tell you the delightful smell that I smelled when getting to burn this blessing, I just love the smell of the oranges, the way they burn in the isopropyl alcohol. It's very clean. It actually kind of makes it smell fresh. It's wild. You're going to go ahead and light that on fire and make sure it gets going. And this is actually typically when I will write my blessing. And then we're going to say it 3 times. I know I already read it for you, but I think I'm just going to read it again. Sound like a plan? As new life opens, we see new bloom and growth. Calm and happiness settle on us. We give strength to introspection. Time for rest has passed. Self reflection delights and grows. Movement uncovers self worth. Happiness guides us down the path of growth. As new life opens, we see new bloom and growth. Calm and happiness settle on us. We give strength to introspection. Time for rest has passed. Self reflection delights and grows. Movement uncovers self worth. Happiness guides us down the path of growth. As new life opens, we see new bloom and growth. Calm and happiness settle on us. We give strength to introspection. Time for rest has passed. Self reflection delights and grows. Movement uncovers self worth. Happiness guides us down the path of growth. You're going to say that 3 times, and then you're going to fold the paper towards you 3 times, and then you're just going to pop it in. This is a great time, like I said, for introspection. So, normally, what I'll do is I will spend a good portion of my day cooking depnan, and then we eat dinner. And then once dinner is complete, I will typically sit and sometimes I'll make a mocktail. Sometimes I will have an adult beverage. Kind of depends what I'm in the mood for. Or if I'm sitting outside and it's really freezing, because then it will absolutely be an adult beverage. But you sit there and you just, this is a time for introspection. It's a time for reflection. What are we shedding? What are we getting rid of? So that we can be free, unbound to grow in the way that we're meant to. It's kind of like, when you grow an orange tree, in order to grow the orange tree, the seed, it actually has that hard plastic, not hard plastic, but it's kind of like plastic, right? It has that hard outer shell. And then in the inside, it has the seed. The hard shell on the outside is more of protection, but it can also hinder growth, right? So if you're trying to grow an orange tree, you're going to crack and you're going to remove the seed, and then you are going to plant it or place it between wet paper towel or wet cloth, so it can sprout. So we're just scraping away and we're shedding things that are no longer going to serve us, things that we've grown out of, things that aren't who we are anymore, so we can allow ourselves to grow in the way that we're meant to. I thought it was really beautiful. I hope you did too. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. I hope you guys make good choices, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.